shit. Y'all already know. It's big ACV. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy ACV, and I'm here with a new concept, specifically for a chapter review type shit. What I'm gonna do is, as many of you know, I'm on any Twitter, especially OPtwt, which is One Piece Twitter, the One Piece Twitter side of things. And that's where I usually interact with all of my anime, talking business, all of that. It's a big anime community. It's a big One Piece community. Obviously, One Piece has the biggest community everywhere because it's the biggest anime / manga of all time. You know what I mean? One Piece has the biggest community everywhere. So obviously, One Piece Twitter is huge, way bigger than any other anime community on Twitter. However, they always be wilding out, and I just thought it'd be cool to basically scroll through One Piece Twitter, scroll through anime Twitter also, just in general, because obviously we all interact with each other, but you know what I'm saying, and hopefully find some good takes about the chapter that just released. And if it's a dope concept, I'm gonna keep doing it, because you don't really see videos just scrolling on anime Twitter or One Piece Twitter, and hopefully it's gonna give like a little chapter review. This won't be too long of a video, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving a full detailed analysis of anything, you know what I mean? So hopefully going through Twitter, hopefully we get some good tweets, hopefully we get some things that make sense. Probably we'll get a lot of dumb shit as well, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's just scroll through. Let's start. Shit. First tweet. So we talking about Law. So first panel they show is Law saying this was a stupid, useless fruit. I forget what's the name of Corazone's fruit, but you know, he ended up replicating or remaking, you know, Corazone's fruit. Shout out Corazone, man. He really, real nigga, man. Realist. One Piece meme, let's go. This is Big Mom crying. Roger, what's a One Piece? Because as you know, in the dialogue, that's what she was doing at the end. And you know, obviously at the bottom, from Whitebeard was a chat or whatever the meme is called, you know what I mean? He was like, Rajo was like, hey yo, you want to learn the One Piece? He's like, hell no, I don't give a fuck about that, you know? And that was it. Also, I mean, Whitebeard was part of Zebek's crew, and obviously they fought at God Valley for a reason, but Big Mom was also a member of that crew, and she wasn't that young. Like, she was probably the second commander, you know what I mean? Like, Whitebeard was probably the first commander, she was the second, if not the third after Shiki. Okay, yeah, probably Shiki was probably above her. I also feel like Shiki probably didn't care about being a commander. Another meme. So this one is Big Mom puts the old shit in her wheels. Long kid. Fuck you, Roger. Oh man, bro, this panel is insane. We see, first of all, they're shouting out, you know, Oda for the art, because it is well drawn. Like, Oda's skills are so underrated. But also, bro, Law just used a new awakened ability on Big Mom, and at the same time gets rid of the fire attack. I forgot, like, it was like a Mother Carmel lookalike type thing. At the same time, that's crazy. He doesn't miss. Big Law, bro. Fuck. You see, bro, just everybody's just liking. Shout out to Corazon, you know what I mean? That beautiful thing Law did, bro. That was crazy. Raw. That's just raw, bro. Law and Kid, look at them exhausted on the floor, bro. Just straight up. They went in. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's be clear about something. As soon as the spoilers came out for this chapter, Chushi comes out on Tuesday, the Kid slander started coming back all again, and it was low-key a bit deserved. Okay, first in the spoilers, it was obviously shown that, okay, Big Mom wasn't defeated from the laser beam, which we all thought at 10:39, like, okay, Kid had gotten her, like, we finally give props to Kid, you know what I mean? Like 10:40 spoilers were like, okay, Big Mom just is back up, and obviously it was in Japanese, everything, so nobody knew, so everybody was like, oh, she's back up and she's chilling. And then on Thursday, like Thursday night, well, Friday morning, when the TBC scans came out, and obviously we all read it, we're like, okay, like, they translated it as like Big Mom saying, oh, that shit just tickles me. So the Kid slander went crazy. Everybody was slandering Kid, because it's like, okay, oh, like, you really add nothing to the fight except for like pushing power. When the Viz translations came out, she said something like, oh, this is like not enough to stop. I mean, like, you know, there was no implication of like tickling or whatnot, so people are like trying to bring back Kid, but with Law, like, you saw Oda went off, bro. He went off with his fruit. But anyway, shout out to both of them. They put up a good fight. Yeah, I'm sure y'all know there's obviously a Sanji Zoro rivalry between the fandoms, of course, between the stands, you know. As you guys probably guessed it, I am a Zoro stan, you know. I try not to be too toxic, but it's still El Sanji, you know. He's watching Zoro falling off of Onegashima, because we did see that in chapter 1040. He's just sitting there like, stop by one of my biggest haters' funeral today. That's crazy. So like, Obviously, Kid and Law are not powerful enough to defeat, like actually fully defeat Yonko just yet. And it's cool. It's cool. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, Oda was spitting in that monologue, like the way Big Mom fell, like just the monologue and everything. I was like, this is poetic, you know? So Oda definitely flexed on us. So as Kid is like, yo, this is my final trump card, full laser beam going off, like using all his strength. Big Mom's just sitting there like, I wonder what the One Piece is. Not giving a care about. No, I'm kidding. Of course, she was affected by the laser beam. This is from a notorious kid, Lost Dad, a notorious Lost Dad. He says, I love how Luffy started to use fire after Ace died, and now Law is getting rid of sounds like his predecessor Corazon. For real. I think Oda does that on purpose. It's sort of like some Mageko Sharingan type shit. You know what I mean? That person is just so important to you, and like you just naturally sort of develop something, some skill from them. Maybe because you idolize them, you learn how, you know, the intricacies of the devil fruit and the power and shit. But damn, I be getting notifications. So this dude is saying there's a reason Big Mom wasn't included in Kaido's top 5, and he shows the panel. He's like, oh, that was pathetic, I have to do everything myself, blah blah blah. But obviously that's when she had gotten kicked off the island. Obviously she was bucking just as hard, you know what I mean? And then the second panel is obviously when Luffy unlocked no coding his Conqueror's Haki. No, wait, never mind. That was after the Red Hawk when he first got on the roof. He did that Red Rock. He was like, hey, yo, like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, how high can your ceiling go? And then we see, obviously, Rocks. Damn. We see Rocks. We see Zebek at the bottom left. It's Roger, then Whitebeard, then Odin. And then Shanks. Obviously, Shanks is right over Luffy. So he's saying Big Mom wasn't included in those 5 because, you know what I mean? She's not fighting to the same caliber. But that's Cap. That's Cap. He's keeping her for Elbaf. Like, half of everything that we've learned about around Elbaf has Big Mom related to her, you know what I mean? She wanted like Lola to marry like the prince of Elbaf, and obviously that fell through. There's obviously other relations with her and Elbaf because when she was a kid she did destroy the island. So obviously Big Mom was going to be it was just going to be a plot device this arc, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with the Big Mom standard. Clearly she's top 5, you know what I mean? Homie's just capping. No way. She's like, damn. Big L to Apu for also just snitching and like, you know, plotting with Kaido, all that shit. So, and obviously, you know, there's been a lot of like discourse of like, is Apu even strong as a supernova? A lot of people said he is strong after we saw him get back up from the Zoro attack, but obviously when 997 happened, we were like, okay, like he's definitely bum because Zoro just one-shotted him so easy, you know what I mean? This just says Apu when Law blocks his sound attack with I'm sorry, like Law is just way ahead of all the other supernovas as well now. It's like he literally can just low diff Apu just straight off of that. That's crazy. I think at this point Luffy low diffs Apu, I think Zoro low diffs Apu, I think Kid low diffs Apu, I think Law low diffs Apu, I even think Killer low diffs Apu. I'm sorry, like Killer low diffed Hawkins, but he just trapped him in a situation where obviously he didn't want to basically harm his captain, you know what I mean? So obviously he took damage from that, but like he low diffed him right away, straight dash with the sickles. Let's put the sound on. She couldn't say anything. She couldn't say anything. Oh, bro. Let's end it on this because I do think the highlight, or one of the highlight of this chapter, was definitely just the R room. I think that's what's been mentioned the most. You know, Corazon has always been a fan favorite ever since Dressrosa. He was probably the saving grace of Dressrosa. Such a short character, one of the only few characters that died, and like he was just everything. So let's just end it on that. You know what I mean? Law has been the MVP of this battle, even the MVP of Roof Piece. You know, they like without him, I think they'd all be dead right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's just end it on this. And this is also a fellow Zoro stat, so let's go. He says Law using Corazon's technique to put Big Mom down as his last attack was perfection. No cap. Let's look at the pics. Oh man. Oh, that scene, bro. He put silent. Oh, shout out Big Law, bro. Shout out Big Law. Shout out Big Kid. Kid is definitely at big body level, bro. Shout out. I don't see any supernovas being stronger than them except for Luffy and Zoro. You know, and then obviously Killer is pretty much lower under them. But even Killer, like, I don't see other supernovas on his level. Shout out to Raizo and Fukurokuju finally finishing that battle too. Man, it was a great chapter. I don't care what anybody says. I did enjoy the whole Roger back and forth thing because Sandman told us this. Sandman told us was this on Twitter? Basically demonstrated that the way they wrote Big Mom's part of the dialogue where she's like, where's the One Piece? Like, does Wano have anything to do with it? And it turns out in Japanese, like, she's sort of insinuating, she's like asking, where's the One Piece? Now, she's not saying like, oh, does Wano have anything to do with One Piece? She's sort of implying it's part of the One Piece here in Wano. Yeah, 1040 was great. There's a break this week, so obviously no chapter this week. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Read Zoro Piece, and shout out Big Law. Shout out to Kid as well, my bad. I stumbled on it. Well, I'm not throwing shade. Shout out to Big Kid. Shout out to both of them. Peace to Big Mom. We'll see you in Outback. And yep, let's get it. Peace.